If you are an entrepreneur that is struggling, if you are struggling in growing your income and your revenue, if you are somebody that is thinking in starting a new business, the information that I'm about to share with you will change the way you think about business. And is my unique approach when it comes to business, which is my 90-10 rule, is 90% mindset, 10% strategy equals freedom. This is how you gain your freedom. Now, when it comes to the mindset portion of it, I have noticed these past few years that with the easy access of the internet, AI, Google, social media, whatever the case may be, a lot of people get either the wrong information or too much information, especially when it comes to mindset. Now, I have been reading books that are over 100 years old and anything in between. They all have very similar information and is about the principles of mindset, the principles of the laws of the universe. Those principles will never change, even though it's from different authors. And that information, when you apply it with that 10% strategy, is how you unlock success. This is how you upgrade your business and your lifestyle. Now, most people overlook that 10% strategy and concentrate so much in the mindset portion of it. And don't get me wrong, the mindset portion of that formula that I just gave you is the key to success. But if you are missing the other 10%, which is the strategy, I am here to tell you, you are not going anywhere. It's just not going to work. You still need that 10% strategy. And how I see it, that 10% strategy is action. Is how you can implement systems and processes that are going to work for you in your business instead of you working for your business. How to make everything easier for you, how to grow a team, how to implement CRMs, how to implement nowadays AI into your life and in your business, how to create a better experience for your clients. That is the 10% strategy. How you create sales funnels, how you create a better website, how can you learn about SEO, how can you learn about marketing research. That is the 10% strategy. And again, it's only 10% because the hardest work that you are going to do when you start working in as an entrepreneur and in your business is going to be with your mindset, because you are the brain and the heart of your own business. And trust me, once you develop that relationship with your mindset and understanding how your paradigm is stopping you from growing, I'm going to talk to you in another episode about how paradigms are created and how you can change them, because the paradigm might be the one thing that is stopping you for growing and shifting and evolving with your mindset. Now, keep in mind that your mindset is the one thing that put your body into action based upon your belief system, which is the one thing that is going to give you the results. If nothing changes with your mindset and your belief system, nothing will change. And I have seen this over and over and over again with a lot of my peers, with so many entrepreneurs out there. And that is because I developed my own way of coaching entrepreneurs and powerful women in how to grow their business. And it's through that 90-10 rule. 90% mindset, 10% strategy equals freedom. But once you start developing your mindset, if you are not taking action into developing a better way of doing things, your business is not going to grow. Your revenue is not going to grow. Your income is not going to grow because everything is connected. And I have seen this error, and even some of my mentors, they don't believe in manifestation because they think that most people nowadays, they think that just by thinking and believing that something will happen. And it's not necessarily how this works. Now, again, that is the 90%, which is a pretty big number in the whole equation. But if you're not taking action, that 90% is not going to take you where you want to be. If you're not taking action, then how are you expecting the results? I was talking to one of my peers a couple weeks ago, and she is struggling a little bit right now with her own idea, with her own business. The one thing she's missing is some of the mindset, but mainly taking action. If you're not taking action, and if you deeply believe, right? If you have been working in your with your mindset, if you sit down and believe with every single cell in your being that things are going to go your way, that things are going to happen for you to grow your business, to earn more money, and to start living the life that you want for you and your family. And if you deeply believe that, but if you are just sitting down on the couch believing and believing and believing, nothing will happen. There's a combination in the equation for you, which is mindset and action, nothing else. And if you think, listen to this, that you have been working on your mindset, that you think that your mindset is going to take you to the next level in your own journey without taking action, then you're not really doing anything with your mindset. Because when you start working and peeling out those layers of doubt, of fear, and changing your paradigm, your body is going to put into action. When you truly do the work, when you truly start working within yourself, and start bringing out all the issues that you have been carrying from either past experiences or from you growing up with your family. In some occasions, I have learned that some of the things and some of the things that develop your own paradigm, they have been transferred onto you with your DNA. So some of the things that you cannot really do much about it, and realize that, okay, I'm doing this. Nobody taught me that, but I'm doing it. But it's still, you have the option to change. It is your decision. But once you recognize what needs to be done, what needs to be changed in your life with your own mindset, that is the only way you are going to start growing and evolving into the person that you want to become. And a lot of my coaches, my mentors, they don't believe in manifestation. And manifestation, if you didn't know, is actually scientific. And manifestation is nothing but neuroplasticity. So whatever you are thinking, whatever the mood you have right now, whatever your subconscious mind is bringing forward to you, that's what you attract. And a lot of the people don't realize, but most people think about the things they don't want in their lives. Just think about that for a second. I was there in that place without knowing what I was doing. And I'm going to give you a quick example in a minute so you understand the power of your thinking, because that creates your reality, which is linked to your perception. Now, years ago, and I'm talking about 12 years ago, even longer than that, I experienced for the first time a car accident. It was minor, but it I think I got PTSD from that experience because I hated it. And, my car got damaged. I got rear ended. And if you ever have gone through that experience of having a car accident, you know what I'm talking about. It's a lot of phone calls, and you have to go to the chiropractor, and you have to do claims and do this and take pictures and take the car to the dealership, and you need repairs and you need this, you need that. That experience gave me, I believe, PTSD. The only thing that I talked about in that period in my life was about my car accident. I talked about it. I dreamed about it. I mean, it was day and night. and I unconsciously didn't know what I was creating. In a matter of 3 years after that first car accident, I got into 10 more. Yes, I know. 10 more car accidents. In total, were about 11 car accidents in a matter of 3 years. It was, and no, FYI, I did not get rich from lawsuits or any of that. And it was such a traumatic event in my life that the only thing that I did was talking about it, thinking about it, and I created a monster. I believe after my first car accident, I attracted the other 10 from thinking about it, talking about it, sleeping about it. And that was my life. It was a nightmare. It was not pleasant. But now, a few years back, when I started developing a greater awareness, I realized that I attracted those 10 other car accidents into my life because I was connected. I was in the same vibration as those car accidents and I attract them to my life. And you can be doing the same in your life. And most people don't realize that. Most people will talk about the things that they don't want in their lives. I want you to become more aware the way you talk to yourself, the way you think about things, and what things are going in your mind on a daily basis. I want you to become more aware on the traumatic things that had happened to you and how you can reverse that because you have the power to do that. You have the power to say stop and then change. But if you don't know that you are in that cycle of desperation and not knowing that you are creating your own reality, that you are creating the things that you don't want in your life. And if you are asking yourself, okay, why is this happening to me? Then ask yourself if you were the one that attracted either the situation, the problem, and this could be even a health problem too. Because if you're not able to express some of those feelings that have been trapped within yourself, I'm telling you, they will express through your physical body into some type of illness. This is how it works. And you attract it, you become what you think about. And the way you start shifting that perception is by you allowing and opening to receive other things into your life. And for some people, this is a really hard thing to do, to open up and receive more, because I have not realized how closed some people are. And I can say that because I was one of them. You reach a limit where you don't have the capacity to grow because you have reached that cap, you have reached that limit. So when you take that limit off, when you take that lid off, then that's when the magic happens because you start developing, number one, awareness, and you open up yourself for more, for greater things. And this is such an important topic when it comes to business because if you have a certain goal, a certain amount of money that you have for your business to make per month, and if you have not reached that goal yet, it might be because the capacity for you to receive have reached the limit. And this is something that I teach to my clients, how to expand those containers so you can start receiving more. All this process of becoming an entrepreneur and owning your own business is not only about earning money. It's about developing a greater awareness around you, around your customers, and the process of developing a business is going to make you grow personally so much. And that's why I fell in love with business. I absolutely love it. I breathe, I talk about it every single day, every day. I'm so passionate about it. And that is why I want to bring forward some of the information that I feel is going to help you to overcome some of the problems that you might being struggling lately in and with your business. And becoming more aware is also going to help you with your personal relationship, not only with yourself, but with your family, because this is going to have a ripple effect with your loved ones. You are going to start inspiring them to change, to grow, to evolve, which is a beautiful thing. And not only you, nowadays with the power of social media, you can do the same. You don't necessarily have to know that person. They might start seeing you online and get so fascinated by what you have to say, by the things that you have learned, by the things that you teach, on how you coach, on how you do those services that you are so passionate about. Because I believe we all have been right here on this earth to serve and to help each other. Once you understand that, and especially women, I don't know what it is with women in sales and business. And I believe it has been inherited through DNA. Because when it comes to business, earning more money in sales with women, we feel bad. We feel bad about selling. We feel bad about talking about money. And that is such a huge problem because it is part of our paradigm as women. We have been taught to not earn money. We have been taught to feel bad talking about money without knowing the reason why. Because I believe we have been taught from so many generations to be dependable on someone else. So you can take care of the home, so you can take care of the kids, so you can take care of your husband, or whatever the case may be. And then it's you. You are the last one. And a lot of ladies are so uncomfortable with the fact of talking about money. And now I understand the power, but if you would have talked to me about money, let's say 4 years ago, I would stop you and I would have like avoided you like the plague because that made me so uncomfortable too. But now I realize that it's just matter of perception and it's just about regaining that power back to you and understanding that the way you earn more money is by you serving another human to the best of your abilities, doing something that you love. It could be making cakes, baking cakes. It could be cooking. It could be cutting hair, doing makeup, whatever it your soul, whatever you feel you are meant to do. That is what you should be doing, something that you are passionate about. And you're not selling, you're helping. So by making those small changes in your mindset, it's going to help you to not only earn more money, but to expand to more possibilities. Because the moment you start allowing to have a deeper understanding on business, on your own personal power, how you can change lives, that is the moment you start growing, and that is the moment you start making more money, because everything starts with your mindset. But if you believe deep down that you can do it, if you believe that you can change the world without taking action, you're not going anywhere. You might be attracting different set of things into your life because you are switching your perception, but that doesn't mean that things are going to miraculously grow out of the ground and show up to you. It doesn't work that way. You have to do the work. You have to do sacrifices to become the person that you want to become, to grow, to expand, to evolve. You is you. And when you adapt that 90% mindset with that 10% strategy, I am here to tell you is going to give you your freedom. And most people might think that they want money, that money is the ultimate goal. But to my understanding, you do not want the money. You want the experiences that you buy with money. And also, once you start understanding these concepts a little bit better, your reality will change. And I hope this information is helpful to you. And if you need more resources, I'm going to leave my information in the comments below so you can reach me. You can visit my website. I have a ton of different free information to you that will help you to develop both your mindset and your strategy. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below, and I'll see you next time. Take care.